Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Trailmakers, and we have a new update, and a new update means new parts, and new parts means new experiments, and new experiments means new fun. So in this video, we're going to be going over the details of the updates and checking out what has been added to the game and what they do. So the first big thing, which we're going to be saving for a future episode, is they've added 6 new racetracks to the rally mode. So we're definitely going to be having a new rally mode episode in the future, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking forward to. So now let's get into the block changes. So apparently they've made a lot of changes to fins. And you can see now, ooh, how interesting. Now we have a powered simple tailfin, powered tailfin, and powered small tailfin. And these are going to be replacements, essentially. Whoa, that is so cool looking. These are essentially going to replace what we were previously using. So if I build in a creation that I had previously, so like that plane, there we go, that stunt plane that I made, you can see that it has the powered tail fins. And the reason being is that these things with this mesh here have more drag than the new tail fins, which I think are going to look like the standard version. So you know what? Let's keep this in here. We're going to compare and contrast. We're going to fly this thing around. We're going to replace it with the new tail fins and then see how it compares. I think we need a craft that is completely dependent on tail fins. I think this is it right here, because we have our glider. And it glides completely based off of tail fins. So yes, let's get up to an altitude. And then, oh boy, we'll drop our glider out. And then we'll see how that affects things. All right, and release. Okay, here we go. This is good. Yeah, so we should definitely see a difference between this glider and then one with the other tail fin. So I'm gonna glide down and then land on this runway looking thing over here, and we're gonna see how it feels. Like, we have a nice pretty horizontal trajectory despite being purely gravity driven right now. Like, look at this. I think this is what they were talking about with floating like paper. Look at how peaceful this is. Do you guys remember that episode? Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and respawn back and try it with the simple tail fins instead. There we go. Okay, already I can notice a huge difference. If I don't press anything, I start nosediving, and now this is me trying to pull back. Oh boy. All right, this definitely feels more realistic. I'm trying to pull back as much as I can. Oh boy, still possible. Still possible. But yeah, that actually felt a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more realistic. I wasn't just like floating down. I actually had to pull up as I was gliding down. That was good. Okay, so I think that illustrates the differences. It's not as big of a difference as I was expecting, but I think it was a big enough difference to feel more realistic, which is good. Whoops, I just saved that. Okay, so now the next big thing that I'm probably the most excited about with this update is the motorcycle seat right here. A seat for a motorcycle. So let's just spawn this. Check this out. Oh, yes. Oh, this is good. But they've also introduced the motorcycle wheel, a rad wheel for your hog, average grip on all surfaces. So that's pretty good. This is a new wheel option. It looks like it is the same size as a standard wheel, but it is, oh, I just realized the motorcycle seat solves problems we've had. This is an odd width seat. So this wheel can be centered, and this wheel can now be centered, which I think in our very last episode, actually, with the big wheel, we ran into this issue where we couldn't center this wheel. So this is perfect. This now gives us an option to have a center point on our craft rather than always having to be even width if our seat is going to be centered. So they've also added some new wedge corner blocks, and I think let's go ahead and build some type of motorcycle based thing using some of these new blocks. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's actually kind of hard to understand what the measurement between 2 by 2 by 2. Okay, this is 2 by 2 by 1. 4 by 4 by 1, and then 3 by 3 by 1. Okay, so I'm definitely going to build a motorcycle with these parts, but first I want to show off, there's a couple more things that they've also added to this update, and one of those is this right here. So we have a paddle, and they've now added a large paddle. Oh, so that's kind of interesting looking. Check that out. So this will definitely be good for some water-based creations. And I think that's it for a lot of the tangible oh, look at this. This is a new design for the underwater propeller, and that looks awesome. I really like that. I don't even think that was in the patch notes, at least not that I remembered. But there's more updates on like exploration mode that's going to be coming, and some graphical changes and options. You now have much more complete control over your graphic settings. So a lot of big improvements to the customizability of the game. All right, so let's get to building a motorcycle here. But one thing I've noticed that might be a slight issue is that the seat being 3 wide, all of the engines and stuff are even. So you can't really like, oops, that's a jet. You can't really like center the engines very well now. So it's going to be interesting to figure out how that's going to work. Let's get building. Ladies and gentlemen, I know this thing looks really weird, and I realized that I can't add the rotation or the auto balancing in a way that I was hoping, because these things are odd width and the seat is center width, so there's no way to really place this in the center. So I decided, you know what, let's just give it a go without it and watch it fall over and just see how it works. And then maybe we'll just convert this thing into a trike of some sorts. But I used a little bit of those new pieces on the front. They're actually kind of hard to attach because the only attachment point is on the bottom. So I actually wanted to have a nice fancy tail thing over here like this. But unfortunately, it wouldn't actually allow me to attach these because I need to put a connector somewhere, and I can only put one connection point at a time from the center block. So I can't actually attach both of these, even though it looks kind of cool. So that's just something that we're going to have to deal with, unfortunately. But here, oh boy, we're bottoming out already. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. I don't have turning on this thing. This is a terrible motorcycle, but hey, it's staying up so far. You know what? Those engines, once I put turning on this thing, those engines might actually help us stay upright. Yeah, it looks weird, but hey, I'm staying up. I'm staying upright, which I'm really surprised at. There's no reason why I really should be staying upright, other than the fact that the engines, I think, just touch the ground a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. We actually have a 2-wheel. I did not expect this motorcycle to work at all. Oh, we lost an engine. Yep, that's going to stop us from staying upright. Yeah, I really did not expect this to work at all with just the 2 wheels. But it looks like those engines are saving us in the best way possible. Look at that. And the traction is great for these wheels. Like, between the tarmac and the dirt, like, it's an easy transition. You think this thing, it doesn't have enough speed to do the loop with 2 engines, does it? I doubt it. Oh, nope, not quite. Not quite. Ooh. All right, so I painted it up, and I did a quick experiment by raising the ground clearance by a single block, and you can clearly see a huge difference in its stability just by raising it up, which is what I expected to happen, but I just wanted to check to see if I could make it look a little bit more practical by raising it up. So we're gonna go back to the lower version of it, which is this thing right here, and this is the final product, and I think it looks pretty awesome considering the limitations especially the size of it and the limitations of what we could try to fit in here with the engines and the balance and just the overall aesthetic of it. I'm actually pretty happy with it. All right, so let's head over to the sandbox map, take this thing up a few jumps, and just have some fun. All right, here we go. I am super excited for this. All right, here comes the first jump. I know we're going to explode. We're just going to bottom out because our engines are touching the ground, and we're just going to explode. But I want to see it happen, don't you? Actually, oh, this thing looks cool without those engines underneath. Unfortunately, we got to add the big belly. The big belly underneath. Okay. This jump's not going to go any better, but what? Totally meant to do that. That's totally exactly what I meant to happen. That surprised me a little bit. All right, what's this gonna do? Oh boy. Oh boy. No, there's no way we're gonna survive that one. All right, and then of course we gotta try something on the half pipe just to see what happens. Oh. All right, we're still alive. Oh. And we're drowning. Motorcycles are not water vehicles. Does that look weird to you? Why is there gas coming? Does that mean that I went through it? Is that a new indicator that you've gone through a hoop? Ow. Let's go fly through another hoop and see if... Is this a new change? I don't remember something like this in the patch notes. All right, so that one clearly has a lot of gas coming off of it, a lot of smoke coming off of it. So let's go for this top one and then see if that also changes things. All right, there we go. Oh, okay. So now you can actually tell which hoops you've been through and which hoops you haven't. All right, cool. Let's see, does anything different happen if we fly through them all? I haven't actually flown through them all in a while. All right, there we go. Whoops. All right, well, we found the last ring of fire. Nothing, I didn't unlock anything. I think I've already unlocked whatever that part is, but I did notice that we do have this up here now. This is the, I think, like the pre-order, all the names of the pre-order people. All right, so let me know, what is your favorite part of this new update? And are you looking forward to rally mode? I'm looking forward to rally mode. That's going to be coming up pretty soon. If you missed the last videos on rally mode, go ahead and click on this video right here. And that way you can get caught up before I continue with the new rally mode challenges. I hope I've earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.